Okay, so apparently there's some discord about what an indie author is. I don't know where this started. I don't know how this has become spiraling out of control or whatever. I just see a ton of people talking about the definition of an indie, and let's just talk about what an indie author is versus traditional. So in my mind, there's three different courses to publication. There's self-publishing, where you do literally everything yourself. There's indie publication and traditional. So what's the difference between indie and traditional? I saw some people say that indie is that anybody is indie who isn't working with the big five. I don't agree with that. I think that I know that there are small publishing companies that are traditionally publishing firms. Traditional publishing, in my mind, they give you, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. When you sign and they give you money in advance, they give you an advance. A lot of indie publishers don't give advances. A lot of indie publishers don't have as many rules and regulations that you have to follow for traditional publishing. A lot of indie publishers are very open to weird and eccentric ideas that fall outside of the normal genre. You know, for example, and like if you did indie romance, you don't necessarily need to have a happily ever after. Traditional is very much marketed towards the commercial. It's very much marketed towards making money from selling in bookstores and that very traditional commercial type of way. In my mind, traditional is also where have a lot of money and resources, whereas indie doesn't really have that money and resources, and authors are going to have to do a lot more when working with indies than maybe they have to do with working with traditional, because traditional might have like PR and marketing and things like that, and they may set up different like signing events and things like that. Indie, you're probably not going to have those resources and you have to do it yourself, but you're still getting published through an indie publisher. They're still putting your book into the universe, and they're still providing an editor, and they're still providing cover art. So there's no wrong way to publish. It's just a matter of what you're interested in and distribution and how you want to do that. Traditional publishers, even small traditional publishers, typically have a wider distribution than indie, but not necessarily true. There are plenty of amazing indie publications who like thrive and excel in distribution. Like they are just rocking it in distribution. But in my mind, indie doesn't have to play by the same rules as traditional. And I think that's a big thing. Money is a big thing, the difference between the two, and not getting advances and not having as many maybe resources. That's the other big thing. But that's how I, in my mind, think of it. And an indie, sorry. And in indie, you don't need an agent, which is big difference. You don't need an agent. Traditional, you typically, in my mind, you need representation to contact those publishers. Indie, you can just contact them.